Dad? Tell us about the soy milk.
So, a while ago we stopped drinking milk, didn't give up cheese. We really like cheese and other dairy products. Cream cheese, sour cream, things like that. Looking for an alternative, not necessarily to so much cheeses, because we try not to do so many fake cheeses. As an alternative to milk for cereal and cooking purposes and stuff, we really like cashew milk and
almond.
Soybeans are the cheapest and actually have a lot more nutrients when you compare them. We also are turning to less plastic, and so we went and got bulk beans, and at Lucky's we just put them in our jars, and now we just store them in here, and then when we have one running low, we just can go refill the jar. And so we'll have milk for days, because when you make it yourself, it ends up turning into gallons and gallons and gallons from just a few cups of beans. Also, when you get alternative milks, they come in these. This is great, I guess, can be recycled. It's better than most packaging, but it says not recycled in all communities. Not all communities will take these, so you have to send it off to a recycling place that will do it, which most people don't care about recycling, so they're not going to go out of their way to send it off and have it recycled. So good for your health, but not good for the earth. All you'll need is a blender, and a pretty good blender, otherwise you're going to have to blend it up for a long time. This one's got like 3 stages of blades, so it's pretty nice. Soybeans. You need technically soaked beans. You can't make it out of the dry beans. You gotta soak them overnight. And a pot, obviously, and water. This is gonna help a lot. Nut milk bag is a lot thinner and finer and can close. And we've made it before with cheesecloth, but it's a lot more work, so this takes a lot of the work out. Okay. So we went to Lucky's Market and we got bulk organic soybeans for $1.99 a pound. We ended up getting like, I think they were 1.37 pounds, so almost a pound and a half. So that equaled out to be $2.27 for 2 pint jars. So we're only going to use 1 cup of this at the moment. So 1 cup. I take that, and we're going to soak that overnight, because raw soybeans is actually pretty poisonous to your body. All legumes have lectins. A lot of them in it in raw beans, though. They break down when you boil it, so if you boil this afterwards, it's not poisonous anymore, and then it's beneficial to you. So we've got 1 cup in here, so I'm gonna put 3 cups of water. Maybe 4. I think 4. So now I'm going to put this in the fridge and let it soak overnight. So I soaked the beans last night. Now this morning. Didn't really need that much water, I guess. But I put 1 cup of raw beans and then did 6 cups of water, which probably didn't need to do that at all. Probably like 4. So I'm just kind of grabbing them and massaging them, and it's kind of peeling them off. So I've resorted to putting this in there. It's got okay. Now that we've got them strained and de-skinned for the most part, I'm going to put them in the blender. So I've got 1 cup of soaked beans, so we're going to do 6 cups of water. Let that sucker go. That should definitely be good. So now we're going to take this off of there. We're going to pour it into our nut milk bag. Ha! Alright. So we got our bag. Put it in here. I'll take the blade out. Nice and creamy. Okay. So, pour it through here. This top part is pretty good, so yeah, thank you. Our blender is awesome. What blender is this? Ninja what? No, you just squeeze it through. Alright, so we blended it up. We poured it through the nut bag into the pot, and we
Squeeze the nut bag real good. You got all the juice all squeezed out.
now we're gonna put it on the stove and bring it to about a boil and then simmer for about 20 minutes. Recommended 15 to 30, so we're gonna do in between there and do about 20 minutes. We're also going to add water, 1 to 3 ratio, so we've got 1 cup here, and we're gonna add 3 cups of water. So not only did that add water to the blender, we're adding water here, so it's making a lot of milk from just 1 cup. This is a lot. This is a whole big pot. Sweet pea. Alright, once you get it to a boil, you're gonna back it down to a simmer for about 20 minutes. Then you're gonna take it off the heat and put it in whatever container you want. And you've got a huge thing of soy milk for 1 cup of beans. So when we pour it out, we'll see how much it actually ended up being. Okay, so I let it cool for a little while, and I'm going to pour it back through the nut milk bag just to filter it a little more, just in case. There's still some stuff left in there that could have been cleaned out. I'm not even going to squeeze that. From 1 cup of soybeans, we got 1 quart of soy milk. We spent $2.37, I think is what it was, on these two. We're doing that without creating extra trash, which is what we're really originally going for. When we made the milk, we just let the beans soak and then put them in the blender. We boiled it afterwards, once it was all blended up and everything, which was good enough, but it left us with a pretty beany tasting milk. So to not have it as bean flavored and have it be more just smooth milk, we're actually boiling it previous to putting it in the blender, and then also afterwards for a little while. So that takes out all the bean flavor, and then to make it a little sweeter without adding sugar or anything. Can I see these? We're adding these as dates, and so just 2 dates to 1 cup. I think I actually added 3. Just whatever you want, but we just wanted a little sweeter without adding sugar. So, yeah, maybe next time I'll make some hazelnut, and I want to make chocolate and different ones for her. So, make sure to like and subscribe, and tune in next time.